Hi, my name's Sheronna-Jo, and this is my persuasive speech on sex education in schools. And by the end of the speech, I hope to persuade my audience to realize that there is a need for school-based sex education in all schools. So the benefits of implementing a well-rounded school-based sex education program for students is essential. To teach or not to teach? This should be a simple question. In any civilized society, the ultimate goal of parents, teachers, and leaders should be to create the most educated, intelligent students possible. When it comes to sex, however, most people would rather turn a blind eye on this subject. It's rather uncomfortable. School-based sex education can ensure that students get the right information about sex, let them acquire information, form their own attitudes, beliefs, and values about their identity, relationships, and intimacy, and also to reduce teen pregnancy. I believe that sex education should be given to students in schools for two reasons. First, that knowledge is power. Second, sex education is, when given the right way and teaching the right things, has proven to reduce teen pregnancies, STIs, and STDs. So, when is the right time to talk to youth about the facts of sex? Well, I was 15 when my mom vaguely talked to me about sex without ever saying the word sex. I didn't have the heart to break it to her that I had learned about sex probably 4 years before our talk. There is a need for school-based sex education programs. This is the most relevant way to give children the right information regarding this. According to a national survey, the majority of parents want to be the mainstream of information regarding sex education. However, in a national representative sample of 1,800 teens, reveals that actually only 1 in 10 have reported discussing sex with their parents. There are reasons which factor into why parents may not be the best source for relaying sexual information to their children. The main one is the generational gap factor. Times have changed. Once relevant is no longer. It is not just standard intercourse we need to be talking about. We need to be discussing intercourse, but also oral sex, anal sex, which are not probably comfortable topics for most of our parents. We also need to factor in the change of sexual identities. Sex education needs to be given and adapted to both heterosexuals, gays, lesbians, bisexuals, and transgenders. In grade 7, I received my one and only class in sex education. In 45 minutes, I was taught about puberty, physical differences like height and body sizes between boys and girls, and was taught to stay healthy. So in other words, I was given a really thorough health class. I don't recall the word sex being mentioned. There are sex educations that work and positively inform the children, and there are programs that don't meet the needs of youth today. Here I have a survey. It's in the form of a pie graph. And on here, all the orange represents what was taught, and green represents what should be taught and wasn't taught. And so here is showing that menstruation was taught. Majority of it is orange. And then down here, here's some gay, lesbian, bisexual, and transgender issues. The greens indicates that should be taught, and it clearly isn't, and only in a small handful of schools was it actually touched on. So if you can see on here, there's lots of green, and those are the things that we should be talking to our youth about, and we're not. There's 3 main programs taught. Abstinence only, which is practiced in the USA and is most popular. It's receives major federal funding, and it teaches teens that they should simply have no sex. It doesn't touch on sexual precautions or preventatives. The second program is called Abstinent Plus program. This promotes healthy sexual abstinence as the best means of preventing pregnancy and STIs, but also encourages condom use and other safe practice for active individuals. The third type of program is called the comprehensive program. This is a more detailed program which teaches abstinence but also conception, and also includes topics such as alternative sexual activities, communication, emotional components of sexuality, and GLBT issues. And at the end of these comprehensive programs, they send kids away with brochures regarding anything that they've covered, so that the kids can go, and if they have any more questions, then they can come to that instructor that's given to them. They would also maybe not give out condoms, but let the kids know that they can come and talk to them if there is a need for those also. It is crucial that adults delivering the course is well educated in this topic, well informed, and feels comfortable delivering it. Teens need to know that they can ask questions and receive informed answers. Did you know that there are roughly 750,000 teen pregnancies per year in the U.S.? Did you know that 8 out of 10 teen dads don't marry the mother and their child? A sexually active teen who has not been taught safe sex has a 90% chance of becoming pregnant within a year of being sexually active. So clearly there is a need for different curriculum being taught. The abstinence-only programs are not working, and this is why I feel that the comprehensive program should be the ones taught throughout school, just not one time, but throughout. Safe sex techniques and info are needed to prevent these teen pregnancies, STIs, and STDs. It's important for sex education to offer the teens knowledge of preventives such as condoms, dental dams, birth control, and other contraceptives. I will now ask you this: is there a need for school-based sex education? After hearing everything that I've just spoken about, what do you think? Students can get many benefits if implementation of sex ed is taught in every school, and I strongly agree that sex education must be given in the school setting because of the reasons noted in this speech earlier. We must realize the importance of sex education and ensure that students, that our future generations will be prepared to stand up against all the unexpected obstacles in their futures. And I will close with this phrase: education does not hurt, but ignorance does. Thank you.